fans, how are we doing? Happy, well, it's Sunday for me when I record this, but happy whatever day it is for you. I hope the weather is a little bit better. It's grey and miserable here outside the Beard Cave, although I'm in the Beard Cave. Either way, hope you're all living the dream, hope you're all well, and welcome back to Beard's Cards. So we're on episode 3, and today probably get through or be close to getting through the sort of basics of the game, really. So we're on our, I think it's second from last task. I kept getting it mixed up last episode. So I think we've got sell 10 cards to customers, and then I think it's make 100 sales. When we get through this task, things start to pick up a little bit more. So it should be a little bit more exciting and a little bit less sort of factual and tutorially, and we should actually have a bit more going on. So we're going to start our day. We've got our cards all set out. We've got our shelf full of cards and sleeves. You know what I didn't do, which I told everyone when we start playing, make sure we check the event, make sure we check the, actually it doesn't really matter too much at this stage, because one, we don't have enough money, and two, we don't have enough products to do anything. So let's get to work. 2760. So this is where the game starts getting a little bit more busy, as you can see. I don't know whether it's a thing in the game, like I mentioned before, possibly where it wants you to succeed and make money and sort of reach the next level, reach the next goal, which I do like. However, there is sort of a lack of, as you can see, we've got a load of what I believe is the term whales come in and buying up the shop. But we've also got a queue forming, so things are already looking better. We've almost made double our money, and it's barely even 10 AM, which is a good thing, although we might end up like we're almost out of stock already. Might have to do a cheeky midday restock at this point. Let's get a small one in. That should be okay. We've sold 2 cards. That's going about as fast as it can be right now. Let me just fill up this shelf, sir, and then I'll be right with you. Excelente. Shove that in. There we go. So yeah, the game, you can see the game sort of picks up if you've been following the series, which I appreciate if you have. The game has already started to pick up pretty quickly. I've broken this down into a couple episodes, so in real time you could probably get this done in, I think if you're generous of the day and quite busy, it can be about 20 minutes at a sort of shorter end, maybe even quicker. But like I said, I've been going through the tutorials, the basics, sort of how I play the game, and what I think is important. So it's maybe taking a little bit longer. So obviously you can get through these initial tasks really quite quickly. But like I said, I do like the tasks, and I hope they do bring in more. They are definitely getting more stuff already. As I mentioned in previous videos, we've got the reviews apps, which came up pretty quickly the other week. We also now have another update, aside from sort of like game enhancements to make the game run a little bit better, work a little bit better. They've already added new items, so they've added comic books, Tetramon comic books, which I really like the idea of, so that's cool. So they've already added new products, and we've been a couple of weeks, I say a couple of weeks, probably 2-3 months now, maybe not even 3 months, but definitely a good few weeks, and stuff is being updated constantly. So which I will also try and keep everyone updated as we go along. Right, so our cards aren't going very quickly, but that's fine. We won't buy too many more. We won't buy too much more stock. Hopefully get people attracted to the cards. Again, we haven't really done a lot of card openings, so we probably don't have too many cards that people want. But again, like I said, I find that it's always worth putting these cards out early on to get some money in. 43p. Okay, right. Okay, here we go. Card sale. As you see, got a little bit of a queue forming, so things are picking up. But this is where it does get a bit grinding, and as people have pointed out, becomes very much a sort of simulator, a retail till simulator, but without the added pressure of actually having to deal with people, which I know I had problems with. It's much easier when you don't have people judging you or, you know, shouting at you, getting angry at you for very silly reasons. Anyone that's worked in retail, you'll understand the struggle, and big ups to you, particularly if you're still in it. So we've done 5, we've sold 5 cards to customers, got another 5 to go. It's not even midday. Yeah, so now we're starting to get the money in, we're starting to get through the tasks. I have spent a little bit more just to show you the sort of features of what is available and how to get going. So the shop does look a little bit bare at the moment. It does look a little bit pitiful, but this is where the money does start to sort of trickle in. And like I said, the early investments in these play tables I think are pretty good. Getting as many singles out as possible I think is also pretty good, even if it is an expense buying the tables. Again, it depends if you're really that fussed about doing the tasks, because once you've done them, there isn't really much structure to the game other than the leveling up. Again, we fingers crossed that will change when difficulty level comes in, perhaps future updates. But yeah, we can start to see the shop sort of taking shape and where we want it to go. I always try and do things a little bit different each time I play. I've got this save, which is obviously my YouTube save. I've got another shop, which is my stream save, which is probably the one I am most ahead at. And then I've got sort of a tester one, which is where I sort of test to see how things run, you know, what products. I know it's different each time, but there's multiple guides and stuff on YouTube now on how the mechanics, like the real sort of nitty gritty, if you like that sort of stuff, how the game really ticks. You know, whether it's from having a certain amount of product or selling single cards. There's some very in-depth guides at the moment. So I don't think there's a right or wrong way to play the game, but I like to try and make it different, and everything is different anyway, because you're going to get different pools, you're going to get different shop layouts, and that's what I like it. It gives you a lot of replayability. So as I said, starting out, we can kind of see where the shop is going to be. I tend to start out like this sort of format with the counter on the side. I can't remember if this is where it starts. I think it is where it starts. Oh, no. Pressing buttons. There we go. So what I think we'll do, I tend to lean with the counters being on this side or this side of the shop. So I think in this time, in this case, we are going to maybe we will perhaps have to till this end, and then maybe have to play tables near the window. Maybe we'll have this. Maybe we can keep this here. I don't know, because that might be quite cool. Because there is a lack of shop decorations at the moment, it'd be really cool if we can get some sort of signage, some posters and stuff. There are some cool mods out there, which we might take a look at. I'm not fully sure how it works. I'm not really a big modder in any sense of regard, so you know, I tend to not really do that sort of thing. But for this game, because I'm a big Pokemon guy, I do like the Pokemon and the shiny cardboards, we will probably try a Pokemon mod of some sort, or even just an aesthetic mod, just to make things look a little bit more less bland, because it is really sort of just plain. Really, you can get quite creative with the shelvings and placement of tables and stuff like that, which does make it a little bit less drab. I mean, it's not too much of a problem for me, although I'm a sort of one of those people who does like the aesthetics of, you know, when I make a character or a game, I want to really customize it. So, but it's not, because I'm still enjoying it, it's not enough for me to sort of go, well, this game is a bit boring. It just makes the game even more fun when we're able to customize these elements. Like if we could get some cool lighting, change the paneling, change the floor, change the seats, change the table tops, maybe get some new counters, some stuff like that. But you know, we'll keep you updated. I'll do my best to keep you guys updated as we play this. So we are down to, we need 2 more cards sold. I believe one of these people have brought a card. Don't remember. But yeah, so we can start to see how we're going to set out the shop. Tomorrow, we'll probably get a couple of days done in this episode because we're nearly through this day already. We might be able to start thinking about how we're going to switch things around. I do kind of like that being at the front, almost being a window display. So maybe we can sort of move that a little bit closer, like that. One thing that I have been reliably informed and have tested: if you want to move a table while someone's sitting down, they will stand up. So I've clicked it and they stand up. So obviously you might end up losing that customer, but you know, hey ho, early days. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. So, and the same with the tills. If you've got someone manning a till, if you press the button, and you can actually move the till operator to another till, which I don't know if it's necessarily completely necessarily. Okay, so right, we've done our sell 10 cards. We're now on to the final task, which is complete 100 checkouts. So it already takes into account the checkouts you've already and previously done over. So we've started from on day 3, so on 3 days worth. So we've done 58 checkouts. So we should get this done by the end of the next day, potentially. We'll see if we can or not. If not, we may skip ahead, because eventually, once we get through these early episodes, we can skip through ahead a few days, so that way I can build up the money in the bank, save the pennies, and then we can actually do some proper customizations and designing the store, as it were, and working on the layout, how we're going to expand. Are we going to expand out that way? Well, I think that's the way it works straight away, but are we going to open up this side room? You know, we'll talk about those options as we go. And then obviously what products we are going to go into and sell. So we're near the end of the day. We're going to have to do a mini restock for the tomorrow, but that is fine. That's always good when business is picking up. 660, there you are, sir. This annoys me when people come in right at the end, because it's charged by the hour, so you're not going to get your full hour's worth. I do like to, you can just end the day. I think I may have explained this, but I do like to wait purely for profit purposes, because a lot of people do tend to buy stuff after they've played their games. So if you skip it, you won't get that option. Also, you can, like I said, just turn the light off and fully immerse yourself and role play. Like, you got to get out, fellas. You know, the store closes at 9. I don't care about your game, even if you are paying, even if you are, unless you're buying, got to get out. So yeah, still slow but steady progress. I'm still really enjoying this game, so much so I've had to break out the repetitive strain injury wrist support, because that's why I don't really play a lot of PC games. I do prefer controller, but I realised that I do end up getting repetitive strain injuries quite a lot, so yeah, not fun. But anyway, okay, we're at the end of day 3. Let's have a look at our breakdown. So we're doing very well in the plus. We're not too heavy on the card earnings or the game earnings, but that's fine because we've only got a small amount of tables, and the cards we're getting are not particularly amazing anyway. So we will crack on with the next day, and we shall confirm our event. We will check the prices. Again, I don't think there's much we can do considering this is all we've really got at the moment. Accessories, card sleeves, Tetramon sleeves. Maybe we can sneak one of those in. Let's have a look at the stock. We'll get this. Accessories, 500. We won't get that then. We'll stick to some sleeves. What does that leave us at? 589. So we'll play a little bit cautious. This should be enough to get us through the day. Obviously, we can get more stuff as we go. But for me now, it's very much management of our stock to make sure we maximize our profits. Again, if you want to, you can go ham. You can play this game however you want. Don't let me or anyone else tell you how to play it. But this is my approach, very cautiously, usually overly cautious most of the time. It's how I play most games, and it's one of my weaknesses because I'll over-invest time into. No, we don't want to do that. Oh yeah, because we still have some on the shelf. I don't want to. I usually end up overly investing, taking way too time to prepare, and then either over prepare or take too long. So, and then the game becomes a little bit too one way or the other. But that's fine. Where's red dice? We haven't got that far ahead yet. It's fine. We'll get you some dice. Don't you worry. So probably come the end of this day, we can obviously get our stock, but we'll probably get another play table as well, so we can start expanding our profits. I don't think there's any point. You know what? I'll keep those for the end of the video because we do like to end on some pack openings. Like I mentioned, leveling up is probably the most. That's probably the sort of goals that you really have. Leveling up so you can get to the next product, so like level 8, level 9, level 12. I've just in my main shop, I've just hit this, so there's still quite a lot to do as you go up the levels, but then again, like I also mentioned, it gets very grindy, which if you like doing repetitive things, as I've said a lot, I do like that. So I feel there's quite a bit of replayability anyway. There's different ways you can handle it. You can sort of go all full stock. You can kind of go singles. You can do a combination of both. But when you get around the sort of level 20 mark, that's where the shop becomes sort of manic, and you really need to start thinking about hiring someone. You can do it sooner, but the first guy to hire, I've heard, isn't particularly useful. So this guy, he's only £50 a day. Terrence, he's the guy I waited for. You have to wait till level 15, but he seemed fairly competent. He was pretty good, so I can't complain. And if it's one of those ones where you want to focus on opening packs, doing the restocks, then it's good to get the extra help in to man the counters. And each one, obviously, if you pay them more, they're generally better. Pay them less, they're generally slower. But they do specialise in things, so there should be some that restock, some that man the counter. I think there's something else, but I can't remember what else it is. Either way, you decide when you need help, and where you want to put your focus in. Like, I don't mind doing a bit of till work because I'm generally faster, so I can get more customers through. you may want to outsource that and make it a bit more quicker by hiring someone else to do that. I'm not too fast. I like to do a bit of everything because I sort of managing these games, which kind of works. You just got to make sure. You can get overwhelmed in the later stages. Like, so you get to level 20, it sort of becomes a little bit more sort of a management game. You're just flitting about between the cash register, the restocking, doing the single cards. It can be quite manic. But if you like that, then all more to you. Okay, 20.10. Okay, hopefully, so we've just come out to midday. Hopefully we can start getting a few more. You know, I'm going to order some more sleeves in. So that our shelves look a little bit more full. Like watching other YouTubers trying to get the most efficient setups is quite fascinating. I do kind of like how it works. People have gone into detail of how much percentage a customer will come in to have a certain amount of money to spend. I believe that the general consensus is the more stock you have out of the same type, people will go sort of crazy for it because they think, oh, there's lots of that there. We like that. We'll grab it. Okay, we've got a stinky alert. Okay, this will mix things up. Sorry, sir, you cannot come into the store with stinkiness. That becomes an issue as well. Not so much the stinkiness. Can you get back in the fucking box, please? Would help if I pressed the right button. Yes, stinky alerts can also take up a fair amount of your time if you don't get the machines in. We don't have the money for the machines, but even there becomes a point where the game sort of like, right, there's more stinky people. You need to upgrade your machines, sort your life out. And it does make a difference because sometimes it is like a zombie apocalypse, as some people have sort of nicknamed it. You just get a wave of stinky people, and even the machines will not be able to handle it sometimes. Even when you get the better machines, which, you know, do one spray, kills the stink, bosh, done. If you get quite a few people going through at the same time, it might not catch all of them. So that ends up becoming a real issue. And like I said, it can be annoying if you end up managing everything. So, right. I am going to... I was going to say while it's quiet, but these guys, are they going to do something? No, they're not. Okay, cool. We're going to think about moving this around. Maybe having it sort of here, maybe, for now. Because what I might do is I might move these down towards the end. Might have one there. This is the only thing that really gets me, is when you move stuff. There is a box which makes it. I didn't want to interrupt the customer, but you see this, you can't then cross paths with that, and I feel there should be a little bit more wiggle room, but there's not. But you know, that's not the end of the world. We can make do with that. So we're gonna move this onto this side for now. It doesn't snap to the walls, which is a little bit frustrating because, you know, you have to make sure you're really precise. So like that, I think we're a little bit off. That's it's not your best work there, Beard. My hand is not being very steady today. That'll do for now. Right, okay, cool. So we might move that down a bit. So that's out of the way. So we can move our counter back a bit more. 80 cents. 80p, I should say. Don't want to interrupt them while they're in the game because then that will cut into our profits. They have worked on the NPC paths. They have gotten better despite him walking around that side and then walking back. It does work out quite well for the most part. It's good that they sort of try and fill up the seats, although sometimes they will still sit on their own, which, like, if you're closing up at night, is annoying because they will stay in that seat. They won't move unless they start a game. Again, that's why it is quite good to start a game. Let's get in another table, shall we? Unless they're... No, they're still going. Is he going? What's he doing? Is he staying? Is he going? What are you doing? Okay, he's had enough. He's got out of there. Right, let's turn tail light on. Let's move this. Yeah, we'll put that there for now. Nice. Okay, and then we'll move that. So like here, as you can see, I can move it around a fair bit, but it does. These do snap. They don't snap to the wall, but they do snap to the another corresponding item. Like, so it makes keeping things like those tables in check and in all in a fine order a lot easier. Words. I'm waffling. I'm sorry. I'm tired. What can I say? And it is a Sunday. But yeah, so that keeps them there. We're going to move this. Are you going to make a sale? No. Okay. Right. Cool. So we're going to move this back a little bit. Give us a little bit better overview of the shop. Right. Okay. That's cool. So we've got a bit of a better overview. We've sort of swung things all the way around. So coming up, we can sort of add our products onto this side and then put our tables in the middle, leaving a little bit of space at the front for our single cards, which we don't really have enough at the moment, so but that is fine. We've still got plenty of normal stock and we're good. I think we're pretty good. Coming up to the end of the day. Because we've had 2 days worth, it will be a slightly longer episode, but again, that's fine. We're not too fussed about that. I'm gonna get a table now, just to give us something to do. That will also end up making sure there's more customers in the shop as well. So we are going to. Does it actually snap that way? No, it doesn't, but it should snap. I was going to say it should snap that way, but we're not going to have enough space, so that's going to be disappointing for now. So we're going to have to put it this way. I was hoping to get 2 tables in there, but we won't be able to because of those shelves. But that's okay. We can wait till the expansion, and that'll be because it will expand out that way. We can push everything over towards that wall, give us more space there, which should be fine. And then fill this gap with maybe extra shelves, and then in this corner we can have like a personal shelf ready for restocks and stuff, so we don't have a load of boxes in the corner. We'll put them over here so they're less of an eyesore. So yeah, it does look a little bit unprofessional at the moment, but it does get better everyone, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. 41.70, not a problem, sir. That is absolutely fine. Oh, there we go. Some nice end of day sales. That's what we like. 26.40. I haven't looked at the prices. Again, it's sort of a bit irrelevant early on because it's just a case of getting through these tasks again. See, this is where the problem comes in. This guy will sit here until either closing time or someone else comes in. If they sit down after closing time, they will just stay there until you end the day, which is really quite frustrating. But you know, little things, nothing too major to put me off playing. So we're coming up to 8:44. It's nearly the end of the day, and we've got a little bit of profit, which is nice. We can probably do another little restock at that point, probably next time. We might get away with it. How many got? 3. That's fine. And then we'll fill that up so it looks a little bit better. That's okay. Right, what have we got here? Let's move these around. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to order one now so we can actually open some packs. Oh, okay. We've got someone else coming in. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your game. Thank you for your patronage, and welcome. Hope you come back to the Beards Card Emporium, or in this case, Beards Cards. But you can check out Beards Card Emporium on Coffee if you're a real person. So let's just fill this up. So we've got a little bit more there. Oh, did we have an almost perfect amount? No, we didn't. We actually had quite a lot extra. Right, let's open on some packs, mate. You're going to have to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll open 4 packs because we need to top up our singles. It can be a bit annoying because people will come in and go, oh, where are the singles if your single shelf is empty. Which, again, I don't think that the ratings really actually matter that much. But, you know, you got to take pride in your work, in you know, your shop and your game, don't you, sometimes. So, but that's another thing. You can package it up, sell it. You will make a loss on what you've made, but you'll get half back, so it's not too terrible. But then that's also where you can decide perhaps whether you expand the shop, make a little corner like I usually do, or if you really are flush with cash, you can open up the shop expansion on the door to my left, that door there. And use it as a storage room. You can put in some warehouse. Well, you can actually make it, I didn't realise, but a sign will appear when you open up this side. So people can actually come through the shop, or you can say, please use the other entrance. So it becomes a warehouse. So that's a really nice little feature that the developers have put in. But like I said, you can use it as a storage, so you can either like buy ahead, or, you know, put away unwanted items. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the day. Let's have a look. We're just under profit because we didn't get a lot of revenue, but as you can see, the game earning money is going up, which is what you need early on. The cards have been quite poor, but then we haven't really pulled anything too massive, and then we haven't really sold too many items either. But we're not in a loss. We've got a little bit more in the bank than we started with last time. That brings us to day 5, and we've still got 19 more checkouts to do. But again, you don't get anything from those tasks or achievements, which is a bit disappointing, but it's not, again, too tragic. Yeah, so we are going to leave it there. Again, a tiny little bit longer episode, but that's fine. I might skip forward a bit and get through these tasks and get us a couple of days ahead, so we've got a little bit of money, so we can actually then start getting into the more fun stuff and getting more items, getting more licenses, getting more furniture, and generally making the shop look a little bit nicer and having a bit more to do. But yeah, please make sure to check out the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it if you drop a like, a follow, subscribe. On my various social media platforms, I'm on Twitch at Life of Beard. I'm on TikTok at Beards Cards and the Beardiverse, and then over on Instagram, obviously YouTube, and Twitter at the Beardiverse, as well as Coffee if you want to help me out and you know, donate and help me make a living, because I am trying to make this my living. I've had a lot of sort of issues with my mental health over the last few years, which has prevented me from really doing anything other than stream. So yeah, we're trying to live the dream. We're trying to make the Beardiverse reality, and it's getting there. And with your guys' help and the many friends already in the Beardiverse, I'm hoping it will get truly big, just like my penis. Never mind. I almost made it through without being totally total degenerate, but I had to get an innuendo or joke in there somehow. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will see you next time. Like I said, we'll come back with we'll go through. We might not be day 5 or 6. We'll probably skip a few days ahead. But I'll see you all next time, friends. Peace and love. I love your faces. See you all next time. Bye bye now. Bye 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 bye.